Hi, so I'm going to do a video specifically on Plug Power. Those of you who've been following me for weeks, hopefully a couple of months now, you will know that I've been talking about this stock and liking it since it was about $1 a share. It's been a moving target. There's loads of going on with this company. Obviously, starting at $1 a share, it was heavily shorted with 33% short interest, and we were facing potential government tax credits being taken away, balance sheet issues, a whole bunch of stuff. And since then, we've had the government allowing them the tax credits. We've had a whole bunch of new hydrogen orders. We've had a big short squeeze. We've had the market suddenly work out that hydrogen power is going to be a critical component of the future power landscape, which obviously we desperately need power for all these AI data centers. And there's been a bunch of positive notes on them, but it's always a moving target. My specialty and what I try and do is get there early on companies, do the work, understand the companies, and this is a good example of that. I'm not really one for chasing momentum and overbought crowded stocks. You've probably noticed that by now. It's not really what I do. This is a note out from Wainwright, who specializes in small caps in the US. Now, it's a pretty significant note because it's the first time that analysts' price targets are, in my view, are very, very, very irrelevant most of the time. These guys are chasing their tails. They're reporting after the fact. They very rarely, predict the future. They update their numbers based on stuff that they've got. So it's always a matter of after the fact. So, but this is an interesting. There's not much detail on that, but the point being is this: every analyst that covers this stock had the price target. So there was one price target, I think, the other day that came out at $1, right? This one's at $7. So just have a think about how ridiculous the disparity there is. Anyway, this is a 33% short interest. They've just moving aggressively into Europe, which is obviously a hydrogen-friendly zone. They are now being talked about and traded in the same breath as the AI power landscape, which is obviously quite critical. They've restructured their debt. And of course, they have had a bunch of new orders and production updates, which have been quite positive. So my view, as a result of this note, because it does take notes like this, which really stand out to get the market's attention focusing back on it. Listen, the market might puke today, and this will probably go with it, but not so much. It'll outperform. But the point being is this: you obviously have to position size it correctly. It's a very spicy, volatile stock. So you can't put, let's say your full position is $1 million, for example, right? If that's your full position, you put 250 grand into this. That's the ratio in terms of the risk parameters and the applicable beta. So as a result of everything I've just told you, plus the fact that we've now got someone out with a $7 price target, the highest price target before this was $3. It's a significant change in sentiment on Wall Street, and it just backs up what I already think about this company. So pick your level. It's going to be up pretty big today, I would imagine, because this is a huge upgrade in terms of price target. But I would what I'm going to be doing is buying back a small position and just holding on to it. And it'll be a small position. So if it goes up 100%, that's great. If it goes down 20%, it's not going to make too much difference to my book. That's the way I'm approaching this subject. So, but I just wanted to send a specific video on this company because I've been talking about it a lot, and this is a relatively big day in terms of Wall Street sentiment on the company.